What's up, guys? My name is Caleb Richardson, and I'm the owner of Royals Legion. And today, I just want to talk about the brand, just because this year has really been a big year, honestly. Just because, just as a 20-year-old, doing all this is crazy. But also, it's the fact that I hit a lot of major achievements this year for the brand. Not just for the brand, but also just for my personal life. So I just want to talk about it, just because Royals Legion is a lifestyle brand, and so you guys got to hear about all of it. So earlier this year, I actually went to LA Fashion Week in March, and what's crazy about it was the fact that it was my very first Fashion Week I've actually attended, but also they actually paid for my ticket. LA Fashion Week paid for my ticket, so I didn't have to pay for anything. The only thing I had to pay for was my plane flight, and so whenever I was actually there at LA Fashion Week, not only did I go to the main fashion show, I was actually able to go to all the fashion shows for that weekend, including the after party as well. I didn't end up going to the after party just because I wasn't feeling it, and it was kind of far too. But guys, it was super cool though, simply just because I got to meet a lot of designers and models, and it gave me a lot of inspiration just because the fact that I'm 20 and I did that was crazy. But also, what's even crazier is the fact that that was the first time I actually traveled by myself too. So if you guys do not know, I'm a big traveling person. I love traveling. While I was out in LA, I actually got to meet Grant Yancey. If you guys do not know who Grant Yancey is, he is a big time designer within LA, and I actually got a picture with him, and this is the picture that I took with him at LA Fashion Week. Here's some more photos so you guys can see a better picture of me and him actually in a photo. He was super cool, super chill, and definitely gave me a lot of inspiration. My second big event that happened this year was Chandler Fashion Week. And actually, Chandler Fashion Week was actually the first fashion week I've actually been to as a designer, not just watching. And that was actually super cool just because a lot of the people there were actually models and people I actually already knew. And I got to see a lot of my friends there as well. And it was super fun, and it got a lot of photos, and I got a lot of learning experiences and stuff like that. So that was definitely one of the coolest things this year. Here's some more photos so you guys can see how it was at Chandler Fashion Week. This was super cool just because I got to model with friends, and being able to work with friends is super cool. Alright, if you guys made it this far into the video, make sure to follow my page, but also make sure to like this video as well. But anyways, I'm gonna go straight into the next thing. The next big event that, actually not necessarily an event, but the next big thing that happened was actually the article. I got my very first article this year. I got this article in May, and I actually got it made by Shout Out Arizona, and it was super cool just because my very first article, and I got it at 20 years old, and so that was honestly a big milestone for me because I've never had an article before. And so the fact that I got one was super exciting and such a big achievement. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next big thing that happened this year, which was actually the New York Times Square billboard. Yes, I said it. I got my very first New York Times Square billboard. I actually got that billboard about a month and a half ago. What's crazy is because this billboard is actually tied to the magazine I got put on for front cover, which was Envy Magazines, and that same magazine I got front cover on got put on the New York Times Square billboard. And honestly, by far the coolest thing, simply just because I've always wanted to go to New York, and actually seeing my face on a billboard in New York is crazy. And I wasn't even in New York, that's the crazy part. I just was there on the billboard, and so that was super cool. I'm gonna show you guys a clip of what it looks like right now. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys the magazine too, just because the magazine is actually tied to the billboard, and so it's crazy too is the fact that this magazine actually got front cover, and on top of that, one of my friends actually got the first page too, and so it's kind of ironic. So guys, that's a little timeline of this year. I still got Dallas Fashion Week to go to, and so whenever I go to Dallas Fashion Week, there's gonna be a lot of models. I'm gonna be on the stage. I'm gonna be getting a lot of photos. Plus, there's gonna be on-site interviews. Plus, it's the third biggest fashion week in the US, and so I'm super excited. But I'm gonna be posting a lot of content about that. So guys, stay tuned in. And if you guys like this video, please subscribe, like it, and on top of that, make sure to stay tuned in for real, because we popping off, and I want y'all to be there to see it.